All right, so we've got another mystery guitar to unpack today. Doing some trades with a friend, and he sent me one. We don't know what it is yet. We were told a few things about it.
Yeah, what's the backup? You said something sounded pretty epic, like the definition of rock or something like that. What did he say?
Yeah, like more than a P90 Les Paul.
It's more rock than a P90 Les Paul.
More rock than a P90 Les Paul.
All right, so that's pretty specific.
Perhaps more. It was not. This is definitive.
Right?
But it's,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
So, we'll see. So we have some guesses. I mean, my guess is I know this person is a pretty big Page fan, so my guess is it's a Telecaster of some sort, or maybe a broadcaster, or whatever, one pickup Telecaster. I don't really know.
And I suppose that's rock and roll. I'm an 80s metal guy, so that doesn't seem rock and roll to me at all. But it is very rock and roll, and Jimmy Page, epic telly guy.
Right. And I mean, not what you think of.
Right, exactly.
But yet, Page and I mean, I'm actually kind of struggling to think of. I mean, you got, I guess, Joe Walsh, right? Did he?
Mm-hmm.
He used Les Pauls and stuff too. But who's a predominantly
rock and roll telly guy?
Page at first, and then of course you went to Paul's.
Well,
Jeff Beck played tellies
right,
way back,
right.
Yardbirds days.
Yeah. The current dude would be Kotzen, Richie Kotzen.
Oh, really? Yeah. And in fact, he has a signature.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
Yeah. And he's pretty rock.
Who Cameron toured with.
That's right.
They opened for Winery Dogs. So
that's right.
His nephew. We need to get him on the show too. We keep talking about that. But Richie, but Cameron.
Well, next time Cameron's in town, we're going to get him in here for real.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah. Because we had him here, Thanksgiving, and we didn't even think to.
We missed him.
Video.
It's been a crazy little season here.
Well, when he came in here and was playing.
Yeah, I know.
We didn't even turn on.
And it sounded amazing.
Stupid.
We just sat there agape.
So, let's see. I mean, what do you think? So, if you were saying this is like maybe the preeminent early rock guitar.
So, of course, my mind always goes to a Les Paul, but it's not that. We know that, and
we don't know that.
We don't
because
know that.
He said not a P90 Les Paul. Just just to nitpick because he might be trying to throw us off. I don't know, but
that's such a individual thing. What you consider that.
But,
so I'm gonna be interested to see what he
again,
thinks.
that's just my guess because just knowing him, but could be some kind of hollow body. I think I mentioned to you before, like a Gretsch or a. And I think Vox doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's got to be something classic, right? So it's going to be in that one of those boxes, not something weird.
Firebird or Explorer. When did those come out? 50s,
maybe.
Right? Yeah,
that's pretty rock and roll.
That is not very successful guitars, but
now it's.
And I know he's had a Flying V. I can't remember if he still has one or not. But I think he knows I'm not a big fan of a Flying V. I don't know, but that's kind of Firebird, Johnny Winter. I mean, that's not, again, more blues than electric blues than rock. But
I'm just picturing Les Pauls for days, in my mind with rock and roll.
But based on what he said, probably not.
Probably not Les Paul. And now the box says Fender.
Is
that a giveaway, or is it
not necessarily? I mean, I don't. It could be just packed in a Fender box, but 14 pounds. Could be
a light Les Paul?
Probably a light Les Paul. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's likely that it's a Fender, but all right.
Well, let's see what we got. This is exciting, man. This feels like Christmas all over again.
Yeah.
Thank you, mysterious benefactor.
Stranger. And then we have to, as a result of this, to figure out what we're going to send back out of this stuff. Or
lots of new additions since the last time we filmed. Lots of new stuff happening in here.
Oh, it says something, but I'm not going to say what it says.
Don't.
Because it's possible it's not that. No sales tax when you shop direct. That's good.
No sales tax is always good. Okay. A bag.
Feels like a Fender bag. I don't know.
Come on. All right. We'll just dispense with the.
It is a Fender bag.
Junk. All right. But that could be a.
Feels a small headstock is what I feel.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Telly headstock.
Oh,
wow.
It's one of those, what is it called?
Dude,
Noventa. Is it Noventa or Ventera?
That is about as rock and roll as it gets right there.
So, single P90, rosewood.
Wow. What'd you call it? Noventa? That's a model?
Yeah, it's one of the new, like, I think they're made overseas or maybe Mexico. I can't see.
I like the...
Mexico, yeah. Fender 75th anniversary. I think it's called Noventa because that's Spanish for 90. But, as in P90, I guess. But,
I gotcha. Interesting pick guard.
I guess it's that, or let's see what it says.
Oh man, that's...
I saw Telecaster when I opened it. Let's see. Oh yeah, it does. Noventa, yep.
Noventa.
Pre-owned Fender Noventa Telecaster. So.
Pre-owned? It's still got the plastic on the thing. You never
some
know,
people
right?
don't. Looks like it needs some setup, but...
Oh. Interesting light color rosewood.
Yeah, it's Palfero. It's not rosewood.
Okay.
I was wrong, so that's why it's lighter.
And we're looking at...
Palfero. It says two-tone sunburst, yeah. So
basswood? What is this made from?
Usually the less expensive ones. It might be alder, but you know, this doesn't say. So we'll have to research that. I don't know. But like a lot of the Japanese guitars in the 80s were basswood. Like my first Ibanez, I know that was basswood.
Dude, that is beautiful. Look at that thing.
Yeah, it's nice. You know, my the first actual Strat I had was a Mexican Strat, and I used that for many, many years. And it was
I had a minute there where I sort of
fine.
preferred them, you know, because the Fenders were kind of trash for a while.
Yeah, and absolutely. And when I bought mine when you worked at Parker Music, and that's when the Mexican Strats were
all the rage.
And I want to say it was brand new. That's when you guys were getting Fender there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say I got it for $325.
Yeah,
I mean, that was the going rate.
It was the red one?
Red one, yeah.
Yeah, I saw a picture of it over there earlier.
Yeah, that was a Mardi Gras gig at Happy Annie's with Failure Face. But I had that, and then my Yamaha. Those were my two main guitars.
And I don't know anything about that factory in Mexico, but it's good stuff. Whatever they're doing, they're doing it right.
We just so happen to have the amp rig all set up too, so.
Yeah, we've got lots of stuff to talk about. I don't know where this is going to be in the release schedule because there's so many new things happening here in Europe.
Garbage pick. All right, that's not.
He just threw a
one of my
pick on the
favorite
floor.
picks, but
you may want to.
I'll try it with the plastic on there.
I don't really know how to tune guitars.
Well, I mean, this one literally was just in a UPS truck, and so it takes a little while, and then feels like new strings, and come on.
Now this mystery man, he's a P90 fan?
I'm trying to think. He might have one guitar with a P90. I think that 78 Strat that he has a P90 in the
Strat
bridge.
with a P90.
I think. It originally, a while back, had a humbucker, but... So that's
nice and chewy. You got a bite.
Yeah. So that's going into a 79 Marshall JMP.
That's new since last time?
Yes, we haven't done anything on that yet. But
that's been the hot topic around here.
Yeah. But 79 JMP into a 412 It's about a 1976 412 with newer greenbacks in it.
Shout out to Sam Mitchell.
Sam Mitchell, thank you for
finding it and then selling it, and you're never getting it back.
No.
Just saying.
But we're taking the edge off a little bit with the Fryette power station, so that's attenuated down a little bit. But at the front of this too, we've got it set up as a wet dry wet rig right now. So I've got a couple of pedal boards. We'll talk about this in another episode, but I've got a pedal board over here that's got some boost pedals, some drive pedals. None of those are engaged right now. A wah, and then that goes into an Axe-Fx FM3, and I'm pretty much just using that for modulation and reverbs and stuff like that. So it goes into the front end of that, and then the signal goes into the front end of the Axe-Fx, then it goes into the input of the Marshall, comes out of the line out of the Fryette, back into the Axe-Fx, and then that's where it hits and splits into the wet part. So what we're getting on the left and the right into this Friedman Runt 20 is going into a Top Hat 212 with vintage 30s. On the left and on the right is a 68 Fender Super Reverb.
Which is the right wet.
Yes. Yeah. So the right wet, left wet, and all those are getting, again, are affected signals. So you're getting your, right now, just reverb and delay, and that's it.
And pretty clean? They're set pretty clean?
They're set totally clean. Yeah. So the Friedman's on the clean channel, the Fender is clean, and I'm in the lower input, knocks it down by about 6 dB, the second vibrato input. And again, right now, the preamp on the Marshall is at about 6, and the master is 4. So it's just set pretty normal, but it's pretty bright with this guitar. Real nice cleanup though.
That sounds so good. Something so satisfying about no choices.
Yeah.
You got one, it's your hands and volume.
And I've been talking about either a SG Junior or a Les Paul Junior, which is
same idea.
Just one different sound. It won't be as bright, but yeah, but same idea. So
now brass saddles.
Yeah, it looks like the brass.
And that's a bright maker, I would imagine, huh? Always the G string. Yep.
The saddles look a little weird, but
yeah,
but
they look.
It doesn't feel bad. I mean, if I wasn't looking at it, the strings feel right, and I mean,
the screws are sticking up past the strings, but it doesn't
hit your hand, and it doesn't feel like a vintage radius neck. It feels like a modern.
Yeah.
And the depth of it, it's pretty chunky neck, not super thin. But the curvature of the fingerboard doesn't seem. It seems like a modern Strat.
Pretty flat, yeah. some of the guys that came to record with me, I guess it's been a long time now, but it was some heavy rock guys, and they started playing tellies. Like they were playing Paul Reed Smiths and stuff, which seemed like kind of your typical post-rock stuff. But then all of a sudden they came in with tellies, and I remember thinking, oh no, this is gonna be weird. And it sounded so good. It was, I mean, like, and you know, singles in the back and everything. It just sounded so heavy. And they were like, it's heavier somehow, and it really was. And this thing, man, this is well,
there's something real to do with the bridge plate, you know, behind the pickup, and because you know, there's some guys put, like, even on a Strat, they put a metal plate behind the bridge pickup to give it more something, more sustain or tone or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it definitely probably has something. There was a reason for it, other than just like shielding or whatever. But yeah, it sounds great. And it all sounds great when somebody else is playing it. It sounds better to me when you're playing it, so.
What'd you add?
I kicked in the pickup booster.
It's got a lot of juice. Yep. So good.
pretty sweet.
Wow, wow. All right, so the collection's rounding out.
Cool. All right, yeah, we'll have this for a while, and we'll I'm gonna send something to him, and then we're gonna send this back to him, and he'll send us something different. So we've got sort of a big exchange going on.
Revolving door
we'll
of
have
cool
some
guitars.
Yeah. Now I'll look up some specs on this and see what they are. Probably stick them up on the screen, because I'm really not that familiar with it, but.
Yeah, I want to know about that pickup too. I'm guessing that's a Fender design something.
I guess, yeah.
It's a nice amount of everything. It seems like.
Yeah, just a great sound. And I mean, yeah, we didn't have to make any adjustments. The only thing we did was step on a Seymour Duncan pickup booster.
And this rig just sounds fantastic anyway. It's almost not fair,
right?
You know, kind of whatever guitar you put in there is going to sound fantastic.
Yeah, I imagine.
But that does work. The roll off was just gorgeous to me.
Right.
This is season 2 for this for Weekend Warrior, and hopefully we're going to be rolling these out.
That's it.
And so
Fender Noventa Strat Palfero in Sunburst. Very cool.